Canmore is surrounded by towering forests of mostly lodgepole pine and Engelmann spruce, which are in turn towered over by the Canadian Rockies. And if you show up in Canmore at the right time of year, you can experience two pretty special phenomena in those woods. For one, the seasonal color change of the leaves, but especially in stands of vibrant larches. Unlike most coniferous trees like pine and cedar, larches actually lose their needles in the winter, but not before they turn a brilliant gold in the fall. And as you admire the larches, you might hear a haunting sound echoing through the trees in between the peaks. It's the bizarre vocalization known as an elk bugle. Elk are maybe the most iconic animal in Canmore. Their size, abundance, and relative ease around people have made them a symbol of the town and of the Banff and Kananaskis regions in general. They're the second biggest animal in the Cervidae family, only outsized by moose, and in the breeding season, they're definitely the loudest. It's a cutthroat time for elk. Males work hard to assemble a harem of females, and those females can be picky. Researchers have shown that when presented with one male with 9 points on his antlers and another with 10 points, that 1 point can make all the difference to her. So naturally, it pays to be able to attract as many females from as great a distance as they can. The louder the better. And males bugling can hit 90 decibels, about the volume of a lawnmower or a power tool. And it turns out the bugle of a male elk isn't just a weird and unique sound, it's also been a bit of a mystery. One of the things that makes the bugle so effective is their wide frequency range, from a low grunt or roar that builds to a shrill, high-pitched tone before coming back down again. There's just one issue here. When scientists took a look at the elk's voice box, they had to conclude that biologically, it simply couldn't produce sounds that high up. Elk should not be physically capable of bugling in the way we hear it. Except, of course, they do. It took until 2016 for a definitive answer to be found. By closely observing the elk when they make the noise, researchers were able to figure out that it's a lot more complex than they thought. There is a simultaneous use of the nose and mouth. They make that lower-pitched roar with their voice box, but the higher-pitched shriek is added by whistling through their nose at the same time. It's a parallel, simultaneous, and perfectly timed action to produce one of the most bizarre calls in the mammal world. The elk in Canmore, in fact all the elk in Alberta, aren't actually descended from Canadians. Overhunting pushed them to extinction in Alberta in 1917. The only reason we have elk now is because we got 235 of them shipped up from Yellowstone between 1918 and 1920. And I know this seems like a tangent, but it's all going to be worth it when I get to say that they represent just one more example of Americans being the loudest animals in whatever environment they're in.